Thanks for joining me. This is Mr. Knowles, and this video focuses on fractions of a foot. One thing you have to understand about a foot as far as length of measure is that it's made up of 12 inches. So basically we'll be working with fractions that are made up of 12 or something that's equivalent to 12. So let's get started. Write two names for each fraction of a foot. You can draw on the rulers to help. So the example, they showed a shaded region and how they divided it up into sections so they could visualize what that shaded region might be. And it's this one shaded region of 4 would mean that you have 1 of 4. So 1/4. And basically I'm talking about this fraction here. The 3/12, that one's pretty easy because your ruler's made up of 12 pieces already, 12 inches, and they shaded up to the 3. So basically you're just saying 3 of the total 12, 3/12 shaded in. Hopefully 12 is the easiest one with all these. So let's get started. This is at the 4. So real quickly, you have 4 inches shaded in. 4 out of how many inches total are in a foot? There's 12 inches in a foot, so 4/12. That should be a real easy one to figure out. Now, you have to visualize another fraction. So what I like to do is what the example shows you to do is to break it up into sections. So go every 4. So 4, and then another 4 would be 8, and then another 4 is 12. And is that equal sections? There's 1, 2, 3. Well, yes, it is. And you could say 1 of the 3 sections is shaded in. If I were to box this in, that might help. And I can visualize that this one here is shaded in. That's 1 of the 3 is shaded in. And I would write that like this, 1/3. Let's look at B and C. So right away, B, it's a 6. 6 out of how many inches are in a foot? 12. Should be that easy. All right, now I'm going to try to create some equal sections or parts. And I'm going to do that, and then another 6 would get me to 12. So I broke it up into 2 equal parts. Here's 1, here's 2. And 1 of the 2 is shaded in. So it's 1/2. C, 2. 2 out of how many total inches are in a foot? There's 12 total inches in a foot, 2/12. Now, go every 2 and put a line. Like that. And maybe you want to box it in. How many total parts or sections do you have that make it up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then how many of those are shaded in? Well, 1 is down below it. So you're going to say 1/6. Moving on. Number 2. Shade the ruler to show each fraction of a foot. Then write another name for the fraction. You can draw lines to divide the rulers into equal parts. And they give you an example. I'm going to go ahead and get started though. 8/12. 8/12 is right here, where the 8 is, and it's out of 12. There's 12 inches in the whole foot, so every inch is a part. I have to visualize another fraction that equals this. So if I were to go every 2 inches, perhaps, that might be a way. And if I do this, and I'm going to do one more thing, I'm going to shade it in up to the 8. Well, first of all, before I do that, I'm sorry, how many equal parts is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm just going to shade it in. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 6 equal parts. Another fraction could be 4/6. There are some other ones out there that you could discover, but that's one, and I just have to find one. So I'm good. B, 10/12. So I'm going to find and locate 10/12. It's right here. Okay, it's an even number. I like that because I can go every 2 if I need to. So I'm just going to put a line down every even number, the 2, the 4, the 6, the 8, the 10, and the 12. I'm going to box it in like that. I'm going to write the number of equal parts that I created, and I'm going to shade up until where that 10 is. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of how many parts? 6. 5, 6. All right, another one. 12/12. Okay, I have 12/12. That means my ruler is completely filled. This whole thing's filled. You can basically come up with any fraction equal that. I could cut this in half and have 2 parts here, and they're both completely filled. That'd be 2 halves. B, 2/6. Okay, that 6 means you got to break it up into 6 equal parts. All right. Well, I know that if I go every 2 inches, I should have 6 equal parts. So I'm going to start here and go every 2 inches to get 6 equal parts. I'm going to box it in. That helps me visualize it a little better. And do I have 2 equal parts? Or 2? Do I have 6 equal parts? My mistake. Okay, so I have 6 total parts. Now, I was talking about 2 earlier. I'm going to shade in 2 of those 6 equal parts in. So hopefully clarified that confusion there. So 2/6 is the same as 4 out of 12. So I'm going to write 4/12. All right, 2/3. I need to break this thing up into thirds. What's 12 divided by 3? Oh, it's 4, Mr. Knowles. So every 4, I would have a section of the ruler. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to write the number of parts that I created. There's 1, 2, 3. And now this top number, the numerator, I'm going to shade in 2 of the 3. And then that will give me my answer. 2/3 is the same as 8/12. 8 out of 12 is the same as 2/3. Move it on. More fractions of a foot. Okay. Write the number of inches in each fraction of a foot. You can look at page 41 to help. Okay, I could do that. Or I put a ruler here just to help you see this. Half of a foot is equal to, so if I cut a foot in half, This is right here. This is half. How many inches? 6 inches. All right. Done. B. 1/4 of a foot is equal to, all right, I have to break it up into 4 equal pieces. 4 equal pieces. First, looks like 4 equal pieces to me. There's 1, 2, 3, yep, 4 equal pieces. And I'm interested in one of the 4. One of the 4 is right here. So how many inches is that? It's 3 inches. C. 1/6. I'm going to break it up into 6 equal pieces. I believe if I go every 2, I should be able to figure that out. This would be 1/6. This would be 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6, 6/6. And this one's asking for 1/6. It's equal to 2 inches. I'm going to let you figure out D. Excuse me. 2. Write the number of inches in each fraction of a foot. Use the rulers below and the information in the problem 1 to help. Then circle the greater fraction in each pair. If they are equal, circle them both. Okay, so if I go to letter A, I'm going to show 1/3 on the ruler on the left. I have to break that up into thirds first, into 3 equal parts. So I'm going to break it up into thirds, which is 3 equal pieces, and 1/3 would be one of these. This is 1/3. See if I can write that here. A little tight, but I can. Now I'm going to draw 1/4. I have to break up this ruler into 4 equal parts. And 1/4 is just one of these 4 pieces. I'll write that here. Okay. All right, so 1/3 is 4 inches. And 1/4 is 3 inches. And I have to circle which one's larger. Well, this one's larger because it has 4 inches. I'll do one more. I'll erase this. I'll erase this. 2/3. All right, so I'm going to break this up into thirds. And 2 of the 3 should be shaded in. 1, 2. This is 2/3. All right. Now I'm going to do half. I'm going to do half. Well, that's pretty easy. That's right where the 6 is. Half of the ruler is right there. Shade that in. And this is half. Okay. Erase that. I might have to do a little erasing here. Oops. Just to see where things are. Excuse me. Two-thirds was right where that 8 was, wasn't it? 8 and 1/2 was the 6. Okay, so half is 6 inches. And 2/3 is 8 inches. 2/3 is longer. It's 8 inches. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to have you do the rest on your own. Yep. Have you do the rest on your own. And if you are still in need of help, please ask me.